Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Raw Reality Podcast. We are in a funny, crazy mood.
It's 4 p.m. We never record at 4 p.m.
Yeah, we don't. And it's been a productive day and week, and it's only Tuesday, 4 p.m. But welcome. Hello, we're here.
We are.
We firstly want to thank you guys.
We do.
We got 200,000 downloads.
200,000. Not 100, 200,000.
Yeah, that
just is wild.
And we're here for the long run.
We are.
We're on episode
77.
77.
Wow.
Wow. We're on episode 77. And just like, what are we going to do for our 100th episode? When will that be? Will that be this year?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Wow. And I think we're going to have some few bonus episodes throughout this year.
Yes, we are.
Just a little just a little something, throw it in there.
Shut up, let's
anyway,
get into
okay,
reality.
whatever. You go first.
Oh, I'm going first. For some reason, I just did not expect to go first today.
Okay.
My week has been a lot. Today, good. Thriving.
Yesterday, not so much.
Yesterday, not so much. Sunday, not quite there. Saturday, nah.
Saturday, you were fine. Sunday, you were like mute. And then Monday, no good. Don't talk to her. And then today, we're fine.
Yeah. Yesterday, she was like, I thought you were about to cry any second. And I was like, I have. I've already cried on the way to the gym, at the gym, and on the home from the gym.
When you came into my room yesterday morning, what were we talking about? When I said you looked tired.
Yes.
I had to shut the conversation off because any second longer, I knew the tears would drop. I just knew. I was like, anyway, so anything to move on.
I've hit a wall. Let's just say that I was exhausted. The carbs from the trial carb up, well and truly gone. See you later. I have just hit a wall, basically. My energy, so fatigued. I just have no mental strength in a way that normally you're like, yep, I can be disciplined. I can do all the things. I'm a strong girl. Yeah, no, the past few days have not been a strong girl. Still being able to do everything, and I'm really proud of myself for that. But also, of course, I'm going to do everything. But it was just a matter of holy shit, I am actually dead. And just my face, you can tell my body is heavy. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, how the fuck am I meant to go train legs and then do cardio after? So I had a high day yesterday, not too high, just 2,000 calories, and then straight back down today just to give me some more energy. Helped so much. I feel like a whole new person today, but cardio's been upped again, so we're pushing for the last 6.5 weeks.
Almost there,
which is just wild.
Breezy.
Yeah, and it's going to go up and down, and you're going to have some shit times and some good times, but vocabulary is exiting, mental strength exiting, but it's fine.
It's getting through.
We are getting through.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you understand. I can tell that you can tell too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is.
It's good.
What else has happened during my week? I honestly feel like not much. I did write some notes and I can't find it. Oh, yeah. Basically, Taylor Swift. I'm just going to she's like, oh my God, Taylor Swift again. But
okay.
I didn't bring it up last week because Chloe was here. We're doing quick R&Rs.
Yeah.
I was going to go in Sydney.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I was going to go again. My friend Paige, coincidentally, the night before, got some obstructed tickets, and she was like, do you want some? I have 3. Would you like to come? And I was like, oh, my God. She's like, I'm flying up today to go watch her tonight. And I was sitting there. I'm talking to Tori. I've called my mum. I'm like, what do? I need a logical answer. If I wasn't on prep, I would have gone. But I had so many things to do. I had no groceries, hadn't meal prep, just was not logical.
Yeah, it would have been silly.
It would have been silly. But the best thing ever, she gave the ticket to someone standing out the front with a sign who wanted to go in. This girl started bawling her eyes out because she got to basically go see Taylor Swift. What are the chances that you're holding a sign out the front, whoever has a spare ticket? No one has a spare ticket. Paige did.
And that's where it's you just got to give it a go.
100%.
You never know.
You never know. And they had the best time. So I'm actually so glad that I didn't go and allowed this girl to have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which has been incredible. That's honestly all my updates. I'm also in my I hate boys era. And that's all I have to say on that.
She is.
Yeah.
And there's no coming back for that at the moment.
No coming back.
It's right. It's not really you don't really have, there's no time. No. There's actually no emotional room for another man, for any man, for that matter. Just enough for Jackson at this point to be in the house with him for you. And it would just be silly.
It would just be so silly.
And it would just be distracting, and that is not what we want. We're getting first place at Nationals.
Yeah, we are. I'm just like, yeah, I don't have the capacity for that. I don't want to date. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
we're
like,
just seeing how we go.
You've got capacity for the bare minimum at the moment, and that's
Exactly.
not going to be the boy. So
No, it's not going to be the boy.
Any boy,
But
so.
we're going to Bali in July.
Yes.
And I'm excited for that.
I actually like can't contain my excitement for what this year is going to bring. The amount of traveling and everything that's already like coming up. I'm just like, holy shit, it's going to be July before we know it, and we're going to be all the girls in Bali, and I can't wait.
Yeah, we are. That's like honestly my updates. I have really nothing else to say.
That's a shame. That was the quickest update you've ever done.
I know, but like what else am I truly doing?
Yeah, truly not much.
I'm either training, eating, crying, or just
Reading.
sliding, or reading.
What are you reading at the moment?
I am reading Twisted Love. Oh my God, it's all the Twisted series. I read Twisted Love, Twisted Games, and now I'm up to...
Oh, you watched the third one already?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm up to Twisted Hate.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's been 2 weeks.
So Twisted Love is second.
Twisted Love's first, Twisted Games is second, and now I'm reading Twisted Hate.
Did you just finish Twisted Games?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know, speedy girl.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do.
Okay.
Truly.
Maybe some more related podcast reels, but anyway. Just kidding. I've got it all under control.
Tori comes in. Sorry, it's just like a little all over the place, but that is currently the mood we are in. Yesterday, sometimes I get anxiety when like one of us does a lot more than the other. The other person's like, fuck, I've got to like keep up. Tori yesterday, she was like, so I've edited 9 reels. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And then I've also like uploaded the podcast, blah, blah, done this. It's all on TikTok too. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so I've just got out of bed.
No, yesterday was actually fucked.
Yeah.
And same as today, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, and there was just nothing I could do about it.
Yeah, but I had fun.
Exactly.
It was great.
Yeah, and there's been other times when maybe I'll upload every single podcast.
Yeah.
And then we swap over.
Exactly. Just
Exactly.
works well.
Anyways, that's that.
My turn. Hi guys. It's been a week and it's literally Tuesday. No, but I feel like yesterday was last week was like a grind type of week. I feel like what is the word? I slightly touched on it last week with Chloe's app, but I think just like constantly loving the place that I'm in with like creating content, brand deals, everything just feels so easy at the moment. And there's no better feeling when a brand comes to you with a collab and you're like, that is perfect and I can fit that in, like that works and aligns with me. And it just is easy to create. It feels natural, it feels organic, and it's amazing working with these brands. So that's just been amazing. I took Friday completely off, obviously other than recording the podcast. That was so beautiful. We slept in, had a slow morning, recorded the podcast, went to the beach. Yep. And then I got Yochi, went to the gym, then watched Jackson's footy, had fishbowl. It was just fucking great. Like it was just so good. Saturday I had the Naked Harvest event with obviously Naked Harvest launching their new gorgeous greens in the flavour Strawberry Burst.
That sounds really good.
It is actually really good. And it's like you sip it, you put it down and you're like, oh, Strawberry Burst.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's so good. You can taste it eventually. Okay. So we had that. It was so beautiful. It was at Greenhouse, the bathhouse, which I also now have a discount for. And I will be taking Jackson. I'm so excited.
And Lily.
Yes. yes. And yeah, it was just so beautiful. Got to catch up with all the community, and the Naked Harvest community is just such a slate. Like I love them all so much, and it's just a great way to like connect with everyone. And then we went to the beach, read my book. I finished Verity, everyone.
I'm so proud of you.
That's 2 books in 2 weeks.
We are on a roll.
What the actual fuck? But I'm actually here for it. And I didn't think I liked like the thriller type of book genre. I like it.
I told you.
It was good. It was great.
It makes you feel like you're on your seat and you're edge of your seat. And you're like, what is about to happen?
Yeah, and I just had to finish the whole thing. So I'm going to read what's it called?
The one now?
No.
Too late.
No. The extra chapter.
Oh, the extra chapter.
Oh, okay.
The bonus chapter.
Yeah, that's the word. I'm going to go and read that because I've been told that I just can't not.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I had a handstand workshop Saturday afternoon.
This girl's done more than I have in the past month.
That was really fun. It was for a retreat, so it was inclusive of retreat that the girls were on. That was amazing. And then we had our fishbowl, of course, for Saturday night. No, we actually had fishbowl Sunday night. We went to mini golf with Taylor and Isaac.
We did go to mini golf.
Yes, and I beat the girls, but Jackson won overall.
I would beat you if I didn't fuck up on the last hole.
Okay, well, I would have won completely if I didn't have that 1-8 hole.
So we're even. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, whatever. Taylor definitely lost.
Yeah, she did.
But her last like half of the holes were good.
Yeah.
That was so fun, and I will be going back like ASAP. And then yeah, it's just been like Sunday. We pretty much, Jackson and I worked all afternoon. Like we did not leave the bedroom. We were just like, he was at the desk, I was on the bed, and it was just like constant like this. And I feel like we're both in such a really good place of like working because we're so inspired and like motivated to like create what we're creating. But then also we're like, okay, it's dinner time. Like let's go downstairs, eat dinner, or let's go get fishbowl and like have some time together.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And then Monday was just like go. I did the 9 reels. I uploaded my YouTube vlog. I put everything over to TikTok. I finished my vlog, uploaded that. Yeah, it was just a day. And today has been the exact same. I'm going to Sydney next weekend, so I've been booking that. And then I go, I'm going to Melbourne like 8 times this year.
Yeah, one's on my birthday, if you're wondering, everyone.
Yes, but I'm flying in and flying out.
Flying in and flying out.
For Lily's birthday. Well, you can consult with the boss about that, okay?
Jackson. If you're wondering who the boss is, it's Jackson.
Yes, Jackson's the boss. Because I'm vlogging his games for his YouTube vlog game days, which is super cool. I feel like it's really cool to be a part of that and like help him create as well. And then I get to go to Melbourne. So I really hope to do like raw reality catch-ups like while I'm there too. Would love to do that. And then also some handstand workshops. I just feel like that will be fun. And then of course like teaching at dance studios and stuff. So just trying to make the most of like what opportunities I'm being given this year.
Yeah, and when Jackson travels, like I can come with you too. Like
yeah, exactly.
So fun.
We've got some really exciting episodes planned that involve like traveling and having guests on. So there's just
if she clicks one button.
One button?
Yeah, you one button.
What do you mean? Like send? Yeah, I know you mean airplane, but what do you mean?
If you click
No, I don't mean that. I mean Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne. Sorry. We were not on the same page. Wow.
So yeah, Melbourne guests, Sydney guests, like we're just going at it this year.
Yeah, we are.
We're really going for it. And as soon as you finish prep, like we are going extra hard.
Yes.
And then yes, I'm planning a solo trip. It's currently in the works. I'm not going to say too much. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself and it's really stressful, but it is on my goals list and I'll regret it if I don't. So I'm probably going to book it tonight.
I just hope you do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you haven't booked it yet.
Yeah, I know.
But I think there was a few things that had to align first and almost be like, yep, this is why you're booking it. And now you're like,
and
okay,
it's
cool.
like, I'm like also launching a business in the next week and I'm like trying to get that organized to then also do some of that over like wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
So it's like you're waiting for things to align with whether that be like collabs or you're waiting on businesses to email you back and it's like, so then I can book this and then, so it's just like a waiting game, but it's like, okay, if I keep waiting, it's not going to happen and then I'm going to hate myself for it not happening. Yeah. So I have to make it happen.
Exactly.
So I'm going to make it happen.
You're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that season you're in. That sounds so fun.
Yeah. This year just feels wild in every sense of the word and I'm excited for it.
I feel like this year is about to bring a lot of spontaneity, that word, into my life. Because like right now, all I have is my end goal date for 5th of March.
Yeah.
May. 5th of May, then I'm done.
Then the second you're done, I'm like, cool, we're going here, we're doing this, we're going to Bali, that's happening then.
Yeah, and I'm like so keen for it. And like, if you're going to tell me that you want to go to New York with me next week, I'm going.
Yeah, because like, you're now with the spontaneous Sagittarius and this can lead us anywhere.
It truly can.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm ready.
So just buckle the fuck in for 2024. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. So, we are in different eras right now.
Well, only till March.
Yeah. But also like.
Wait, May.
Both in very similar ones, like in terms of grinding, but in different ways.
Yeah.
All right.
That's our updates. We are going into our segment of the week, which is Shower Thoughts. No, I can't with us. Anyway. All right. What is it again?
I forgot. No. Wait.
The twins?
Yeah, let's just do the twins.
Okay.
Or the Grammys.
No, the Grammys. We're doing the Grammys. Okay, all right. So let me explain. We're actually fucking chaotic.
No, today we cannot record in the afternoons again. We can't. No, don't laugh. No.
Okay, contain myself. I can just picture all our listeners just in their car or on their hot girl walk, like pissing themselves right now.
If they're not laughing, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. If you're not laughing, sorry.
Yeah.
That you feel that way. Okay, so I was listening to a podcast, which is a recommendation for you guys as well. Mel Robbins' podcast. She's amazing. She is like a fair bit older and just has so much knowledge in, I guess, self-development, mindset, business, like literally everything. She has this one episode with Stephen Bartlett, the Diary of a CEO, and it's like 50, or I'm not going to try and quote what the podcast is called, but what it's called is definitely a bit of clickbait because it's not what they talk about in the episode. But the episode is a must listen. I've listened once and I'm halfway through listening it again because it's just so good and so many key takeaways. So that is just like a highly recommended. I'll share it on our socials, on our story. But then Mel did a solo episode, and in this one she talks about, what was her name? Victoria Monet, I think. She's like a singer-songwriter. I'm not very familiar with her, but she's a singer-songwriter, and she's basically been like singing and writing with artists like Ariana Grande, and there's like a whole list of artists that we all know, but no one knows her because she's kind of been under the...
She's like the songwriter.
Yeah, she's been like under the sheets waiting for like her time to shine, basically. Anyway, so Mel Robbins' daughter starts telling her about this Victoria Monet and what she's done, and she just won 3 Grammys. And so she has this speech that she says, and Mel Robbins like goes through the whole speech, breaks it down, and talks about like why what she said in her speech is so powerful and what she means. So basically, she's been working for the last 15 years to have this moment, and it was like, what can you work for for 15 years that's going to lead you to somewhere that feels like your Grammy moment? Like if you work for 15 years and you finally get there and you're like, I've fucking made it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like 15 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
We can achieve a lot in 15 years. So what do you feel like would be something that you could work for 15 years to then get to a point where you're like, I have fucking made it.
That is it.
Like I can settle right now. And I was on my walk, walking along, and I was like, what is my Grammy moment? And it got me thinking, and then I came to you, and
she sat me and Jackson down, and she was like, "What's your Grammy moment?"
I explained the whole thing, and so for me, I think my Grammy, I'm still like torn, but like this was the first thing that came to my head.
I think this works,
which was interesting. Yeah. So my Grammy moment would be like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Now I say that because you guys know, I see my lifestyle being somewhat similar to Sarah's day, having my whole life online, being able to share on YouTube, whether that be business, family, health, literally everything, and not just 1 million subscribers because of the number, but because of what that brings. That brings financial stability with being consistent with YouTube and being paid from that. It brings working with incredible brands and being able to connect and maybe create stuff of your own that isn't like quote unquote your own business, but like you're able to collaborate and stuff like that. But then first and foremost, it brings a fucking amazing audience and community that you can connect with, inspire, motivate, help, guide, support, all the things, right? And so I just feel like I don't say that being like, I want that for the number. I want that for what it brings to my life. Yeah. And so then I was like, well, if that's my Grammy moment, then YouTube has to be my priority. And I think YouTube is one of the hardest channels to grow. And so with that comes building Instagram. So it's like social media has to be like my number one.
And I really feel like in the past month, I can tell it's your number one.
Yeah.
So much. Like the amount of effort you are putting into it is making a big difference.
Yeah. And I've even had like friends message me being like, I can see the work that you're putting into your YouTube videos, your content. Like you are like, even someone messaged me yesterday saying like, you're in such flow right now. And I can see that from the outside. Yeah. And I was like, cool. Like I feel like that right now. And I think with like this potential solo trip coming up and like putting myself out there and trying to grow in the sense of social media, because this is how I see my life. And as much as I'm launching a business very soon, that is a huge passion of mine. I almost see that being something I create so big that I'm the founder of and I can work in it when I want to and when feels good, but then have people working under me. But then the social media thing is like, that's what I want to do. Yeah. And like so does Jackson. Like he wants to have full-time YouTube and create all these things, but like ideally we both just want to be in that like social media life, which like some people will be like, fuck that. Like why would you want to live in the limelight all your life? And I'm just like, I love it. Like I just love showing my life online to obviously look back and see how far I've come, but then to just connect with people. Like there's nothing like the social media world and how you can connect with others.
100, especially if you go about it the right way and you're authentic to yourself. The second you start being someone else that you're not, that's when you're like, oh, fuck this. This is too hard. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not connecting with the right people. But the second that your audience aligns with who you are, you're like, wow, what I'm doing actually is landing with other people. Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that's my Grammy moment.
Wow, she really just went first and really went out with a bang.
Yeah, I did. I'll be making that a reel.
Yeah. I actually straight up don't have one right now because I'm like, I don't know the complete direction.
And I think that's also cool because I don't think you've found like your thing yet.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I'm like, I absolutely love competing with my whole entire heart, but I also know that's not a forever thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I don't like really have intentions of going to the Olympia, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like pro card, touring pro shows, awesome. But like, that's a whole other step in my life.
Yeah.
Then it's also like, okay, in terms of a career, what would I said to Tori before, I was like, I don't think a number on social media would, for me personally, be a Grammy moment at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely has something to do with the career that I haven't done yet or started yet.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. There's just like something in me at the moment that I'm like, I just am very business minded, and I think I really try to go down a creative like route a lot of the time, but I just like know deep within me there's like a lot more business side, like my mind just like works that way.
So almost like, do you think maybe like you see yourself working in a big successful business, but you're like the business person of it and not so much like the forefront of like creativity?
100%. And that's
still
actually,
obviously the face of the business.
There's
somewhat.
something that just like deep in me, I'm like, I feel like I'm still going to work in corporate one day.
Mm.
And it's not like but I own it, or I'm on a board, or I'm like a founder of something, like whatever. I don't think I'm working. There's no way I'm working 9 to 5 again. Sorry, not happening. I'm coming in and out whenever I want.
Yeah.
But I just like, I don't know what it is. It's really interesting, and I don't know why it's recently come up. Health and fitness, always, like right now, my number one priority. I love it so much, and coaching girls and all of those things, and that will still be in play. But I'm like, wonder if they'll go hand in hand in terms of like maybe that's like an app in the future that's like big or something, and like so I'm like, anyways, that is like so off topic what my Grammy moment is, but that's why I don't specifically have one. But like Chloe literally said last episode, it is not a bad thing to not know your 5-year goal,
100%.
because like if you told me what my 5-year goal was 5 years ago, there's no way in hell that I told you I'd be exactly where I am right now. So I'm like, it does change so much. So if you're sitting there and you can either be like Tori and be like, yep, I absolutely know like this direction I'm heading and this is like how I'm getting there, or you can be like me and be like, look, I love where I'm at right now. I'm so passionate about it and everything I'm doing is fulfilling me, but I know there's something else and I just haven't figured out yet, and that's also okay.
And I think I say that because I have wanted to be, I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to think it's coming from like a cocky like place, but I have always, since I was a little girl, like I vividly remember wanting to be quote unquote famous or quote unquote well known.
Yes, I've literally, mum was like to me, I would never want to be Taylor Swift to be famous. I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And I also feel like you don't do social media if you don't.
Yeah. But I like, if I look back at my childhood, I've filmed and taken photos of every single phase of my entire life since the second I could click a button on a camera. Like I've had my old, the pink camera that I showed you. That's like from the 1900s that my mum bought
when she was 1.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, but like that, like it's so old. Like I have always had a passion in like filming, creating, taking photos of myself or, you know, products, whatever it is. And I just think I was born to do it. And so like when I held myself back from YouTube for so long, I'm like, you fucking idiot. But I'm also like, it happened at the right time.
100%, yeah.
And it will all happen at the right time. And yeah, I just think like it's going to take time to get there because it's a grind. And it's like, unless people can pop off and grow 100,000 followers in 2 weeks or, you know, you're grinding to get every 100 followers, but it just, I don't know, like it'll just happen when it's meant to happen.
Absolutely.
And I just trust that like it's a passion and I want to do it.
Yeah.
Bam. So think about your Grammy moment. And if you have your Grammy moment, send it to us on DMs because we want to talk about it next week and hear what yours are.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slay.
Let's get into this week's episode.
Let's do it.
Question and answers. Sometimes our favorite episodes, and probably the best episode for this week because we don't have to think as much because things are just coming to us. Okay.
You go first.
Am I going to do from
Anonymous?
Anonymous.
We'll do one for one and I'll do the question box.
Okay, cool. Let's start off with a bang. Number 1. Is personality or looks more important to you?
Okay. All right. So like right off the bat, I'm going to say looks.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I need to be attracted to someone to find out what their personality is.
Yep.
But then if I get to know them and I don't like the personality, it's a no from me.
Completely
and I
agree.
think that works for a lot of people.
I think there can also be a guy that you're like, your eyes aren't drawn to him straight away. Then you get to talking and then you get connected and then you're like, oh, wow, I actually really like this guy. Oh, wow, he actually is really attractive. And I feel like that's recently happened to one of our friends. And then, or it can be like complete opposite way and your eyes only drawn to the attractiveness and then you start to build the connection from there.
Yeah.
But I think it just naturally has to be looks first.
Yeah.
If you don't know the person and you're not physically attracted
because
to
if
them.
you think about like, all right, so say you met a guy on Instagram, right? And you've seen his Instagram, you're like, yeah, pretty cute. You start talking, you adore his personality, you get along so well, you meet up in person and you're not attracted at all.
Yeah.
That's going to affect it.
100%.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So I think right off the bat, you're out, you're at the pav and you see the hottest guy and then you meet him, you're like, that personality, he's a douchebag. Like, no thanks. Or you're still looking for someone who's in your realm of looks. Yes. And then you meet him, you love his personality, even better.
I agree.
But I think either way, like whatever you go for, there's no wrong or right.
Yeah.
Because either way, you do need to be attracted to your partner. That's a huge part of a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that. We know that for sure. Okay. Death row meal. Pick one meal for the rest of your life. Okay, so I did a photo shoot the other day and she did a quick like Q&A for TikTok and it was like, what would you eat for the rest of your life? I said hot chips and pumpkin.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Totally see that.
Yeah.
Mine would be, I don't know if I can say this, but like.
Oh, and zucchini. But go on.
Asian fusion. Like that's too broad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a meal. It says death row meal.
Sushi.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, if I'm picking a meal, it's fishbowl. Crispy chicken.
I'm picking noodle.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah, good. Love it.
Okay. How long does your sex normally go for?
Okay, I don't know if this is like really throwing him under the bus. Look, I'm gonna say it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
like it doesn't last forever, but it's like perfect amount. Because like it can be tiring.
Yeah,
and
you're busy people.
We're busy people. We've got things to do, people to see.
I have this conversation with my friend a lot because she was like, we went for an hour, and I was like, an hour.
See, I'm just like, I can't. If I'm like on a romantic night away and we've just like had a bath and like, and we're staying out in the woods or at a hotel, like sure, I can get around that.
But you're not having sex for the hour.
Yeah.
It's like building
it's
up.
the lead up and like the moment and the music and the candles. But it's a fucking Thursday night and we're like getting ready for bed. It's not going to be an hour.
No, it's not going to be an hour. Like personally, let's do 15 minutes. That's good.
Yes, I agree. But I also think it still comes down to like, it's connective sex.
Yes, and I also think it's going to change how you feel. One day you like so in it and so it's like a lot. But you go from the shower to the bed and you're like, wow, that's going to take a lot longer because you're both in it and it builds up. But then if it's like you said, a quick Thursday night and you're like, things just got heated really fast, well, you're done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could be 2 minutes if you will. That also works.
Yes, it also works.
Yeah.
This says, are you guys, in brackets Tori, doing anything specifically to prepare yourself for conception, pregnancy, birth, or kids?
Wow.
Love this question so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not in my like trying to get pregnant era, so absolutely not. But we had a few few questions on contraception.
Yeah.
One being from your mother.
No, she sends that every single time.
She really does. She's really worried. Don't worry, Judy. She's not out here having sex. Well, not under my roof anyway.
Haven't since last year, so you're good, mum.
It's all good. Don't have to worry. Me, on the other hand, okay, so no, I'm not on any contraception. I don't use condoms. Pull out game strong. Yep. Let's say that. But in terms of like, let's talk future, like getting ready to prepare. I feel like what I'm doing now is to prepare me for that time of my life because I know that having PCOS, irregular periods, imbalanced hormones, I know all of that can lead to struggling to fall pregnant. And obviously, you guys know my dream is to be a mum. We all know that. So what I'm doing now, like the end goal of this health is obviously clear skin and balanced hormones, but it is so that one day I can fall pregnant, somewhat easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone's going to have their own journey. And even who I've mentioned, Mari, who's on the Pursuit of Wellness, she is currently in her season of trying to fall pregnant and she has just like opened up about it, done a Q&A on her podcast, her Instagram about how hard like she actually is struggling mentally. And so like there is one part of me that's so excited for that season, but also I want to prepare myself as best I can. So I think for what I'm doing right now is perfect. As I do get a little bit you know, closer to 30 and we're getting to that like married engagement stage where we want to try having for kids, I probably will even more so look into more so things like acupuncture, and seeing like a specialist in falling pregnant and all the things there. But nothing like, obviously, I'm like, for right now, it's like I want clear skin. I want regular periods. So that is my goal right now, which then leads to hopefully.
So then that goes hand in hand in the future.
Yeah. Obviously, like it is always on my mind because the day I got told when I was 18 that I had PCOS, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, can I have kids?
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't give a fuck about anything else. I was like, can I have kids? And so it's been a journey and it's always in the back of my head, but nowhere near as much as it used to be. Yeah. That's for sure. But I think I just trust that what I'm doing, and I just know I'll be a mum. Like, I have no doubts.
Oh, 100%.
Like, whatever journey comes my way, like, I just believe I know I'll be a mum to 3 beautiful kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that day.
Same.
You listen back to this podcast.
Yeah.
Me? No, I just, not even close. We're still got a while there now.
Yeah, nah. Moving on.
Your biggest fear?
Dying.
Dying.
I was going to say death. Yeah, probably dying.
Yeah. I would say dying through a natural disaster or through a murderer or a terrorist attack.
Or through Melly the moth who flew into her room the other night.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like, that is, like, huge, and I can't even talk about it because I will sweat and
you actually do. You're not.
I get really bad with it. But then obviously, like, really real fear is obviously not living to, like, my true potential and doing the things that I desire and, like, falling short in my life.
I was about to say that is getting to 80 years old and being like, I wish I did that, is actually like a genuine fear. And I think that's how I've started living my life the past like year especially, is to be like, if I don't do this, how am I going to look back at myself? Like,
so you're telling me I'm booking my trip when I get home?
Well, obviously, I don't know why you haven't.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
What's a tiny random fear that you have? That's like super random.
Like losing Jackson.
Okay, I wouldn't say that's quite small. I think
that's just like
quite significant.
Okay.
You hate bananas. Is that a fear?
It's not a fear, but like I'll vomit.
Yeah.
I don't know yours is holes.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna hurt you.
It's a fear.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on one night stands and putting yourself out there after a breakup or where to meet boys. Take it away, my love, my single little love, my single little chicken.
This is not a good question to ask me. Nah. Okay. I'm going to tell a story. Should I tell the story that I said my mum's never heard before?
It's not a bad story.
It's not a bad story at all, but like, here we go. I've tried a one night stand, right? And this was like years ago when me and my ex-partner broke up for a period of time. Nothing happened because I got so terrified. It was almost like I did it to prove a point to myself. I was like, no, everyone does one night stands. Like, you have to do it through your teenage years. Like, just do it. So basically brought him back to my house. My mum's going to be like, what
So no
fuck?
one was home?
No, everyone was home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Wait, so she met him?
No, like I'm talking I got home at midnight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I went straight to sleep because I was like, fuck, what have I done? Like, I don't.
Was he attractive?
No.
Okay.
So, like, I'm talking, like, I was starting to get sober. I was freaking out. I'm like, holy shit, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't even know his name.
Okay.
Like, that much. Yeah. Gets to 4 a.m. I wake up and I'm like, holy fuck. No. I have work at 6 a.m., by the way, on the Sunday. So I'm like, you're out. And he was like, wait, what? Like, wake. I'm like, you need to get out of my house right now. And he was like, okay, like, I'll book an Uber. I'm like, walk down my driveway so the Uber doesn't come up and so my parents don't see the car. And he was like, it's nearly here. I'm like, get the fuck down the driveway. I was like, he's coming up. He's coming. He's like, and I would have looked like the biggest
And you've
bitch.
never spoken to him since?
No, never spoken to him since. But like nothing happened. But that just goes to show that don't do things because you think you have to.
Yeah.
And I know right now that one night stands, not my thing. Like, I need that connection with someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically bottom line, don't go have a one night stand because most of the time I've heard that they aren't a good time. If you're already anxious going into that, good fucking luck to you is all I have to say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I think if we're all listening to this podcast, you're in this kind of a world. I think it's coming down to like having your, what's the word? like self-respect.
Yes.
Of course, if you're like out and you're vibing with someone and you like genuinely enjoy their personality and like that's just where it goes, like sure, fine. Exactly. But if it's like, I'm going to do this to prove a point, or I'm going to do this to get back at someone or fill the void, or like just try and figure out what place it's coming from. If it's from, you know, a place of desire or a great bond, like there's nothing against one night stands whatsoever. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, have that self-respect, have that self-awareness where it's like, where is this coming from? And do I really desire this?
That is the biggest thing.
If he's like a guy that you think like you could have something with, make him wait.
Yeah. Say, like, I'll get your number. I'll message you tomorrow. Yeah. I think that is more so the route that I would rather go down personally for me.
And it's like, even it says in the end of this question, like, where to meet boys. And it's like, if that's what you're looking for, like to meet someone, then personally, if I'm out and I see a guy, and generally it would like always go back to like your house or something, it's like, okay, let's get the number. Let's maybe go on a date, and maybe this could lead somewhere.
Exactly. And it's also where you meet the type of person, it's the type of person they are. Yeah. And again, Chloe said this last week. She was like, is your dream person swiping on Tinder at 4 p.m. in the afternoon instead of hustling or doing something else? No, they're not. So you're not going to match with that person. Obviously, a bit of fun. We're in our 20s. We can absolutely do anything we want to do with that. And believe me, you're going to go through phases. 1 second, you want a one night stand. The next second, you want to be single the rest of life. And the next second, you want to have a romantic partner. Like, you're going to go through phases hour by hour, and it can change. And also allow yourself. Like, don't feel guilty for whatever you've done, whatever you're going to do, and what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that so much. Okay, your biggest challenges to get where you are today career-wise.
Career-wise?
Oh, I love this question. So our biggest challenges, like, to get to where we are. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking in terms of, like, you said career, not just, like, anything. I think career would definitely be going against what I've, like, thought I was going to do. And I know that doesn't sound like a big thing, but it's like I literally studied at uni to then go to corporate, to marketing, whatever. And then the biggest thing was actually me being like, that's not what I want to do, and I need to pivot. How do I trust myself to pivot? How do I tell my parents? How do I do all of those things?
Which so many people navigate these days.
And that is like truly the biggest thing, and it is the hardest challenge. So I would probably say that.
Well, it's even like Beck Stewart from corporate into social media. Georgie Stevenson corporate into social media. Yep. Like, it is the world that we live in. And I think it's like, well, it's come back to the fear. Like, if you're going to get to 80 and go, I've just worked a 9-to-5 job for the last 30 years, purely based off pleasing my parents or doing what everyone thinks I should do, then you're probably going to regret the last 30 years. So it's like, if it's going to take a hard conversation and maybe some silent treatment for a week, like, you'll get over it.
Yeah.
Your family will get over it, and they'll then see you happy, earning great money, doing what you love, and that's when they're going to be happy for you.
Yeah. 100%. What's yours? Career-wise?
Probably potentially, like, when I first started socials, like, it was scary as fuck, because I think like our age bracket, like, it wasn't like, you had your Chloe Zepps and your Shani Grimmons, like, that was where I saw social media start, but I didn't, like, in our age there wasn't really anyone.
Yeah.
And then like, or in like my group, I guess. But then also going through what I was going through to open up online was like the scariest thing, for
just being
sure.
Vulnerable.
And then I don't know, maybe having my Instagram account hacked.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's probably decent one.
Obviously a huge challenge, but then like blessing in disguise at the same time. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. What's your dream house / location? Like, in terms of where would you want your dream house to be?
Hedges Avenue, Mermaid. Hedges, like the main.
Oh, is it actually called Hedges?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is like such a no. The house that has just been built next to Oxley,
like,
it's
pretty fucking perfect location. You sit on the top of their rooftop pool. You can see the ocean. You can walk downstairs to the Oxley. You can walk 500 meters to Oakberry and Biscuit and hustle.
Yep.
What more could you actually want?
Straight up nothing.
I want to knock on their door and be like, can I have a tour, and what do you do for work?
What do you do for work is my biggest number one thing. Like,
every time we see someone with a fancy car, Lily's like, I wonder what they do for work.
Every single time.
They're probably in real estate. Everyone who's rich is in real estate.
I was just about to say, probably
it's the answer to every
probably a property developer.
It's every single time. Never like, they could be in social media, they could be in law, they could fucking own Oxley. Like, you just...
Real estate.
Real estate. It's always real estate. Okay, we'll fucking go in real estate then. That could be your corporate calling.
It literally could be. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. All right. I like this one. Protein powder versus whole food. Is protein powder really that good because it's so processed?
Oh, that is a great question.
I'm going to jump in and say whole foods first and foremost.
Absolutely.
If you can get your proteins, fats, carbs, aminos, minerals, everything from your whole food, absolutely do that.
Yep.
If that when you're struggling to get those certain nutrients in is when I would supplement the protein, or like, for example, if I know I'm running low on protein, I'll have a protein smoothie.
Yep.
If I'm like really, my body's like not wanting chicken, or I'm just like feeling like against any sort of meat, I will opt for like a vegan sort of protein because like sometimes mentally that just happens. But I will always go for the whole food option first in all areas, but then I'll opt for supplements later. I'm like all for like clean vegan supplements.
Yeah.
I think I'm just like used to vegan supplements. Lily hates most vegan supplements. All. Yeah, pretty much all of them. She literally looked at a packet of a vegan supplement the other day and was like, that looks healthy and I don't like it. And I was like, you haven't even tried it yet.
I was like, that looks like something that would taste like actual dirt.
Yeah. So and like, yeah, sure, I'm probably used to it. Whey I don't think is good for anyone, to be honest, but like there's obviously clean whey proteins out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, it's just like look at the products that you're having if that you are having supplements and know like the ingredients that are in them.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's also lean all the way. It's going to help you grow muscle a lot more, all those things. Like if you're having 2 scoops of protein powder a day, swap one of them for a lean protein source. Like just think a little bit more with that. But especially me, I have a scoop of protein powder every single day, and that is not going to change anything to my progress at all. It tastes good. I have like have a look at the back of the ingredients. If there is a huge list, I would definitely try to stay away from it. If there's only like a fair few ingredients on it, then stick with more of that. It's also looking for one that's maybe more of a whey isolate one. Then one that's going to make you feel a little bit sick and all those things. So it's also just finding what works for you. But end of the day, lean protein sources are obviously going to be so much better, but it, to be honest, isn't going to change your any progress if you're having protein powder every day.
Yeah. Cool. So moving on.
Keep going.
You or me?
You.
Oh. How to stop worrying that I'll be single forever and not meet my guy. Makes me cry sometimes.
I cried last night about it too.
Oh, you're not alone, sister. It's really okay. I was just thinking in my head too, like that would be another fear. Like being someone who's like so driven to be a mum and have kids and a family, to be single at this age would stress me the fuck out. Yeah. So like you're doing really well, sweetie.
Thank you.
But like you don't really want to have kids as soon as I do.
No,
so
exactly.
That helps. But I think it's like not putting pressure on it. And we've spoken about this before and we're not going to go into detail about it right now. But I think it's just like enjoying where you're at, loving the person that you are, loving what you're doing in your life, and wanting someone to fit into that and add to that, not take away, or it's an extra like stress or, you know, just like extra complication to your life. Yeah. I think when you're so seamlessly moving through your own life is when someone's going to come in and add to that.
Exactly. You can sit here and be so stressed about someone not coming in that you're going to constantly search for someone, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, okay, this guy kind of ticks all my boxes, he does what I kind of want him to do, he's gonna be my partner, but he's not actually the one for you. He doesn't make you as happy as you think he's going to. So it's actually just being happy with yourself, and that's definitely like what I'm learning at the moment. I am more than happy to be like alone for however long that takes. I'm definitely a relationship person though, and I think that is the biggest thing I struggle with. It's like I need that person with me for comfort, for security, all those things, but I'm learning to be happy by myself. I can do everything by myself as well.
And I think that's a huge part of self-development, like learning to be happy alone. Like I feel like everyone should and has to go through that stage.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not going to answer any more boyfriend girlfriend relationship questions. Let's do a solo episode on that.
Yeah,
like on all relationship stuff. Cool.
Slay.
Oh, this is great. At what age do you start to feel like you're an adult? I'm 21 and I still feel like a teenager.
I still feel like a teenager.
Literally. Yeah. Like, literally, what point do you go, I think maybe it's like 29.
You reckon? I think it's like mid-30s.
Well, they say like the year of your 20s is like fucking wild, like your whole 20s. But then they say your 30s is like a whole nother level of like.
And I think, but I think, because my cousin's turning 30 this year and I'm like, you don't seem 30
True.
at all. Like,
Yeah.
you're literally my age, but she's
Yeah.
not. She's about to turn 30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, it can't be. It has to be mid-30s.
Yeah.
Also, my cheer coaches, when
Probably
they were...
when you have a fucking child and
I
you're
think
like,
when you're a child.
shit, I need to adult and look after a fucking human.
Yeah.
It's probably when you feel like an
I
adult.
don't think it's ever going to click.
Yeah.
And I also think, I don't think it ever should.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I can picture me, you, Riley, and Taylor sitting at the back with our kids, having a sip of wine in the pool,
Yeah.
like doing our thing, posting on socials,
Yeah.
still feeling like we were in Europe last year,
Yeah.
but we're 10 years older, we've got kids and partners, and they're out in the backyard.
Exactly.
And I just think if you can bring that inner child with you your whole life, it's got to be fun.
I think a lot of people try to act mature and they try to act a certain way. They're like, shit, I have to grow up now. You don't have to. If you want to wear like pink fluffy slides and you're like, oh, well, an adult doesn't do that, fucking wear them.
Yeah,
Like,
I have Chloe, just everyone on the Croc train. Chloe actually bought hot pink platform Crocs after our
She
last week's episode.
did,
So I'll get her to
yes.
send a photo so we can just see that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just like bring your inner child with you wherever you go.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the other reality questions. So chime in when you get one. Oh, this is a good one.
Yep, go.
Your favorite quirk/quality or thing about each other?
Ooh. Do you have one like right off the top of your head?
No.
Fuck you then.
No, I'm thinking quirk. Give me a sec.
Describe quirk.
Like something that's like a little bit unusual. Like, oh, that's so random of you.
Lily says the most rogue things. Like just like okie dokie pinokie. Like
Yeah.
just like so random. But
I
it just
do.
makes you laugh. Your
Yeah.
optimism is great.
Yeah. I do have some random things that come to my mind. That is like what a lot of people say.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's
random things.
a lot of things going up upstairs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes it's like space up there with like I'm just thinking like a little sperm, but it's not a sperm, but that's what's coming to my head of just random thoughts
Yeah.
floating around.
Yeah.
And then one will hit and she'll be like, oh, did you know? And it's great. It's fun.
That's true. Okay. I think my thing is like, I guess it's not really a quirk, but you straight up could not care where you are. You will be yourself. So it's like, if we're in the gym, like you would dance, whatever. Like today we went matching to the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, I was on edge the whole time and you're like rocking it. Like you could not care less. Like if we're in the middle of the dance floor, you will dance, whatever. And I feel like I love and vibe off that so much because then like it brings out my confidence and everything.
Yeah.
And I do feel like that's a little quirk / something different because not
Yeah.
everyone is like that. Like I'm not talking dancey, sexy hips. I'm talking doing the worm and backflips and like
Crumping.
anything and everything type vibe. Yeah.
Well, I had a girl message me from the handstand workshop. She was like, "You're just you on like in person, on socials, podcasts, like whatever you are, wherever you are, you're just you." I'm like, "Well, yeah, like it takes energy for me not to be me. So why would I do that?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love that. Lily said she never used to be a morning person. How did you change that? She got up fucking early.
Stop. This is my bad trait at the moment. If someone will ask me a question, I'll literally like, I just did it. Like someone will be like, oh, so how did you get up early in the morning? I'm like, I just started getting up. Or they're like, how did you stay motivated with your diet? I'm like, I just did it.
I think it's the phase of prep where you're like, I have no capacity to answer a fucking question with any sort of value other than the fact that I just fucking did it.
It's called autopilot and switch it on.
It's called having some fucking grit.
Okay, no, all seriousness, because it actually is so hard to get up in the morning sometimes.
Sometimes Lily gets up and you're like, holy shit, move out of the way.
I always say, do not talk to me before I've had a coffee and then I'm good.
I used to be like that. And now I get up and you're like, don't talk, because I would just be like bouncing off the wall sometimes. Not all the time.
Yeah.
But
this morning you weren't, and that's the first time in a long time.
what was this morning?
It was just raining.
Oh yeah, it was a chill morning.
But you weren't like, don't talk to me. You were just like doing your ice roll on your face, just standing in the kitchen. I'm like, you're normally out for a 3K walk. You've done your meditation.
Well, I walked to the front door and I was like, what do I do? It's raining. I can't do my morning routine.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was chill.
Okay, so the actual question, how do I go into being a morning person? I did it very gradually.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. I did not go from literally 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. waking up to 5 a.m. Like, there's no way. That is pretty much cutting off half your quality of sleep. I used to go to bed at 1:30 and like that was normal. It's literally just slowly getting into bed earlier and then waking up earlier. Go start with 8 a.m. and get to bed at like midnight instead. Just like slowly work your body clock backwards, and then eventually it's going to be easier and easier. The other biggest thing is you need a strict night time you get into bed. My phone is always off by 9:30 p.m. That's like the time I get off my phone, and then I will wake up at 5:30. It's like in between that, and my body clock responds so much more to that now. And if I don't set an alarm, if I'm not exhausted, I'll probably wake up at that time because your body gets used to it. But it's when you're like normally getting up at 8 a.m. and you're like, I want to go to 5 a.m. You're not going to get up at that time. Your body is like, I'm quite literally in the middle of my deep sleep. What are you doing to me? It doesn't work. So it's just gradual.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it just has to be that. Like, there's no other way.
Yeah. That would probably be the biggest thing.
I have a question for myself.
Okay,
well,
go.
from someone. How do you and Jackson split your money or combine it together whilst also saving?
Wow, that's such a good question.
Really good question. So Jackson and I, we have like a shared like credit card vibe kind of account, where we basically we split all our groceries, we split rent, anything we do together, we split in half.
Yeah.
Anything that I buy, that's mine. I buy it. Same for Jackson.
Yeah.
And then we save on our own terms. Like we will get paid and we'll put that we just have our own savings account for now. I think maybe this year will probably be the year that we start to like think about having a savings account together, putting a goal towards like whether that be an investment property. I know that he definitely wants to buy a house within the next like 12 months.
Yep.
I'm not like huge on it because I'm such a like life experience person.
Yeah,
as
you
we
are.
know.
That would probably be the two biggest differences between you guys.
But I definitely like, I know like I do want to have a house, and I know that like he will, like Jackson is so great with money and I'm so thankful for him.
Yeah.
But it just like, we are 50-50 across the entire board.
Yeah.
We have our own savings, and as I said, I think this year or next year will be the year we start to have savings together in terms of house, future, whatever. But yeah, it's so simple. We don't complicate it. It's together, we split it in half. It's not together, it's our own thing.
Yeah. I used to kind of, me and my ex, we would never, No, none of that. None of that. We would, like, we never had a card together. So a lot of people, like, I guess our age, you don't necessarily, I can't actually even look at you right now.
Sorry, I'm not even laughing.
We never had a card together, and that's also, like, completely fine. And it's literally just a matter of, we would just transfer. There's an app, there's like multiple apps where you can transfer immediately, even if you are with like separate bank account stuff. And that's what we would do as well. So it's like, you don't always have to have a card, and it can literally just be like, cool, I was grocery shopping, swipe for 50, pops up on their phone, and all you have to do is swipe across.
Yeah.
It's actually so handy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I never knew
now rowing back to you.
This one's good. How to get over the guilt of having a slower morning and not getting movement in until late. That's a good one. Well, it's like, you shouldn't feel guilty if that's what works for you.
Yes.
Like, don't feel guilty because that's what society's doing. Just because every girl on the Gold Coast is getting up. I went to Flannery's the other day and he was like, how's your morning? And I was like, yeah, it was good. Went for my morning walk, went to Pilates, got into some work. He goes, wow, like every other girl on the Gold Coast. I'm like, yeah, quite literally. But I think it's like, if slow mornings work for you and you don't want to train until 9 a.m. and you don't start work until 10, then do that.
This is what I think we like all weekly have a conversation about this, because there'll be some mornings where Tori will sleep in and I'll get up, or majority of the time it's vice versa. But Tori will go for like a sunrise walk and I will wake up as she's already starting work. She's already gone for a walk. But it's also acknowledging that, okay, sometimes you need a little extra sleep, and that is okay. Maybe you work better at night. So Ali Kate actually put on a story the other day. She was like, I work so well at night. My creativity's been like at an all-time high, but I've been shutting it off because I know I have to get up at 5 a.m. for the gym. What is the point where you can train a little bit later and you work later at night? You do not have to get up early.
It's not like the gym's open from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, you've got 5, 6, 7 a.m. classes, 9 a.m. classes. You've got free gyms that are open 24/7. Like, set up your routine so that it suits you and you're getting the most out of your routine.
Yeah. I also don't train that early. I like, you'll never catch me, or you never really catch Tori either unless it's Pilates.
I'm like a mid-morning trainer.
Yeah.
Like, we trained this morning at 11:30 by the time we got there. If I do train in the morning, it's Pilates. I just find like the slower movement in the morning is fine, like walking, Pilates. But if I want like gym, cardio, if I do cardio, I feel like I'll do it first thing. But I'm not in my cardio era, so that's not happening. But yeah, I'm just not a morning gym girl.
Yeah.
I'm like a mid-morning.
Yeah. Mid-morning type vibe.
Yeah.
How to stay on track with eating while eating out at restaurants? I feel like this is a good question because it's hard. Like a lot of the time in girls our age, it's like you go from one extreme to the other. It's like, yep, I'm eating so well Monday to Friday, but I can't navigate my food from Friday night to Sunday night. You just have to pick better options that make you feel good. And that truly is what it's going to be at the end of the day. Tori and Jackson are very good. And even like, I guess myself, like we were literally saying this the other night. We're like, why do people choose to go to Macca's when you can get fishbowl? Why do someone choose to get like this most unhealthy meal when you can literally get like a noodle or something, you know? Yeah. It's actually having special or like occasions with your friends and being like, let's go to GYG and then Yochi after for our treat. Just like something that is still going to make you feel good. It's not like, okay, let's go to this burger joint with the fattest, greasiest chips and burger. Like actually just choose better options where you're going.
Yeah. And it's like, well, it's like Saturday night. Taylor and Isaac got noodle. Jackson and I cooked, what did we cook? Chicken salads.
Yeah.
You obviously had your meal prep and that just worked. And then Sunday night, Jackson and I went and got a fishbowl. And then we actually got ice cream from the Burley Gelato place, which apparently is the best in the Gold Coast. They have like vegan Oreo, vegan Biscoff.
Wait, was it good? You never told me.
No, it was really good. Yeah. I actually, like, I'm not a Biscoff person and I loved the Biscoff one. Yeah. It was so yum. And we bought like the 500 ml tub. And
okay, personally, they look quite small to me.
Yeah, no, you can get the bigger tub.
Cool.
So when you're a prep, we'll do that.
Okay,
but for Jackson and I, and like for the purposes of like, let's not eat that much ice cream.
Yep.
Sugar purposes of my skin. But it was so nice. Like we had our fishbowl and then we had our ice cream whilst watching some YouTube and then like we were full and put it back. And it's like, I never feel guilty anymore because I allow that in my day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know I'm having fishbowl. But even then I won't really change my meals because I know like fishbowl is like pretty bloody healthy.
I always say don't change your meals throughout the day if you're going out for dinner because that immediately your mindset is like, oh, I'm eating unhealthy. I have to eat less throughout the day. Like then you're going into dinner and you're like, okay, I changed everything I've eaten throughout the day. So I'm allowing myself to eat whatever I like want and so much more of it. It's like eat whatever you want through the day. Don't go to dinner so starving. Just go to like kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to eat. And then I promise you're not going to overeat at dinner either. And it's just like really sitting with like what you want. Sometimes it may be a burger, but for majority of the time it's like, okay, I might want like a pizza or pasta or a salad or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Just like choosing mindfully.
Yeah, that's literally what it is at the end of the day. It's just choosing.
Let's go 5 more questions.
Okay. Do you have them?
Yep.
Cool.
What's the next goal you're working towards?
Oh.
Well, I feel like yours is easy, is it not?
Well, yeah, my next goal will like prep. Like to compete.
Okay, so then what's after prep, we'll say?
After prep, I want to, well, like quite literally in the space of 3 days, I want to be a qualified nutritionist.
Oh, as in the last 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you're going to do the course in 3 days?
No, that's my next goal. Like that's what to do, yeah.
Yeah, love that. Mine is to launch my business.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Yeah. I think our goal with the podcast is to have like
so many goals.
Day event.
Yeah.
And possibly a retreat.
Yeah.
That's like our goals. Yeah. Cool.
And some merch.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shit.
Sometimes you think we would select these questions.
I looked at 4 and then I was like.
And then we actually don't look at them before we start talking, which is not a very good idea. That screams unorganized, but that also screams Tori and Lily.
Yeah, literally. How do you navigate friendship and business?
You have to be so understanding of each other. And also like, I think it's allowing lenience. I think that's a huge thing. So it's almost like, okay, if one person's doing this, it's not getting angry because the other person's not keeping up. Or it's like, okay, this person has an idea, you don't like it, compromise. Be like, okay, cool, love that, this is my input of it. Then come to a decision. I feel like that's works best.
And I think, well, I don't know, it's just like worked so well from the beginning. And obviously we were friends before we were business partners, but it's like we've just grown together through friendship and through business. And it's like, well, it's like this week, like, I literally did the 9 reels because I was just sitting there having fun doing it. Yeah. And I don't give a shit the fact that Lily hasn't done any of the reels. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
And so there'll be weeks where it's like, I'm flat out with content and Lily's like, don't worry, I'll do the pod. I'll do this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. And it's just always willing to like meet in the middle, compromise, because we just know if one does one thing, one will do the other.
Yeah, exactly.
And if one does all of it the next week, one does all of it the next week.
Or if we need help, we'll ask the other person.
Yeah.
Like,
Or we'll outsource. Like there's always an option. And I think like I think we've mentioned before, but like friendship always comes first over business. But if anything, it's just fucking fun.
So fun.
Like we go from cooking in the kitchen like maniacs to sitting in the podcast studio recording a really valuable episode, and it's just fun.
It is so fun.
Yeah. So good. Can you do another meetup on this? Let me just try that one more time. Can you do another meetup sunrise walk on the GC?
Yeah, we need to.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will absolutely do that. Yeah. The current stage is just a little bit hectic. Give us maybe a couple of months. Yeah.
Maybe middle of May.
Yeah. Once prep is over schmover. Yeah. I just had one. Ways to navigate body changes when actually eating enough and mental side of bloating. I think if your bloating is isn't normal.
No.
Like bloating to the point of being uncomfortable and like
giving you an example, I was eating 3,000 calories in my off season and I never once would be like, I'm bloated. I was like, I'm full and I feel like I can't fit another thing of food in. So just sit with yourself and be like, am I full or am I bloated? Yeah. There is a difference.
Or me, actually bloated, excruciating pain, can't stand up.
Exactly.
Shouldn't feel this more than ever.
Yes.
So it's like knowing the difference between, being full and being bloated, or there's something wrong and being bloated.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand like the feeling of knowing that you're now actually eating enough, your body is going to change. And I even feel like this morning in the gym, I had a moment of like, I've been feeling good until this morning training next to Lily, Fit with Lily, and Hannah Pearson, who is like tiny. Like she just is genuinely a tiny frame. I was like, I actually just have to know that one, I'm not a tiny frame and I'm not in a season of being shredded and like the smallest I can be. Like I'm in a healthy season.
And you're always your harshest critic, because so interesting that you said that, because when I was on the seated row and you were doing your bent over rows and the dumbbells, I was like, fuck, she just looks so strong. Like if you go over and look at Tori, you're like, wow, you just like look so good.
Yeah. And then I felt strong because I was doing like 25s and then I picked up the 20s for shoulder press, and it's like I felt strong doing it. And I know like some guys look and they're like, oh fuck, like that's kind of intimidating.
Strength. Look at your strength. I actually have a client right now and she's gone from like a deficit phase into a growing phase. Her confidence in this growing phase tenfold in comparison to a deficit, because deficit, you're looking at aesthetics, you're looking at like, oh my gosh, has my body changed this week? Have I lost weight? Now she's looking at like, oh my gosh, okay, cool, I'm increasing my calories, what food can I fit in, how can I educate myself? My strength in the gym is so much more. I'm wanting to train to lift PBs, like so proud of myself. Look, I'm building muscle. Like switch your mindset.
Yeah. And you have to understand that everyone's healthy looks different.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand your healthy might be 5 kilos above what you want to be, but that means consistent periods. That means clear skin. That means no bloating. And that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with if you want that healthy look.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be the same for everyone. Someone can be like fully shredded and still getting periods, and you've just, no, but like you.
No, I'm saying like I still got my period.
Yeah,
like, sorry.
You still got your period. Yeah. It was a bit shorter this time around. Yeah. But it's like if I was even like 2 kilos heavier than you right now, I'd still not get a period.
Yeah.
And like I can lose the smallest amount of body fat and bang, my period's gone. Yeah. So everyone's going to be different, and you have to justify if you're not in the season of like, honestly, other than like bodybuilding or like a high level athlete, everyone's health is going to look different, and you have to come to terms with what's your priority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boom. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we're good.
Wait, let me just quickly check my NGL because I actually didn't answer any of those.
Oh my God, they're normally the best ones.
Sorry.
Silly little goose.
Yeah, no, someone did say, can Lily, this is not one I thought it was, but it says, can Lily do a little sell her coaching section? I'd love to be coached by her one day, but don't know what she offers or promotes.
Yeah, so sorry. I quite literally
again, capacity, not so much right now. But go plug that.
Okay, hi, welcome. Come on board at any time. I never have a wait list or anything like that. I never sell my services on my page because I literally just like wait for people to come to me. It's what works best right now with the capacity that I have. But essentially, I have 3 different options. I have my top 2, which are both provide a check-in every single week. Top one, $80 per week, which is nutrition coaching and training coaching. The nutrition option is pretty much like giving you macros. We work with an educational standpoint from how to fuel your body. If that's in a deficit, maintenance, intuitively eating, growing phase, whatever it be. Then the $70 option is without nutrition, but it is a training program. Both those options is tailored towards your current goals. And all those things, and you do get that weekly check-in, access to me via WhatsApp as well. Send me form videos, questions throughout the week, whatever it may be. And then I also do offer a $44 option. Now this one's no check-ins, but it is a training program tailored towards you. And you will have access to my app, and you also have access to me via WhatsApp. So you can still send me any questions, form videos, anything like that. There is just no specifically a check-in every single week. So that's a great option if you feel like you can already keep yourself accountable and just need that little extra guidance and a specified training block. That's me.
Wow. So get on board with Lily with Fit. So there's lots on here talking about how much they love it with Lily. And just that her ass fascinates them, and her ass is so strong, round and sexy. And they fantasize about rubbing something against her ass and doing something on her bum.
That is just so nice.
So that was on my anonymous, and there was lots of them. So thank you so much for that. A few more fire questions to go before we finish. Okay. Do you think you're stuck in the hustle culture?
No.
No, I don't think we're in. Well, it's like hard because like I am hustling at the moment, but I'm not. It's not a.
I have to.
It's not I have to, or it's not a negative. Like I get to do this, and I love doing it. So it's just like it's just my fun work.
I think I can mentally get caught up in right now, like to be so transparent. You and Jackson working a lot, but I'm not then trying to keep up.
Yeah,
because I know that I straight up cannot do that right now.
Well, it's like you have no choice but to have your downtime because your body will.
Exactly. So it's also like I don't think I'm caught up in the hustle culture, but I do think that sometimes I start to compare a little bit, but I will never act on those thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. You also need to do a prep episode because there's lots of questions about that, and I'm not going to go into asking.
Yeah, I will.
So I'm
maybe when you like vroom away.
Yeah, maybe when I go on my solo trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a good episode.
Great episode. I hope you took some value from that because even I did.
Yeah. I feel like I got value from you today. You did really well.
Thank
you proud of you
so much.
I love these
episodes.
Yeah.
I love these episodes. All right, to finish off for something fun, obviously we've just answered all your questions, so we're going to leave the audience advice. What's that segment called? The listener question that we can't remember the name of. So sorry.
Yeah.
But we've come up with, how many do you have?
5.
Okay, I have 3. So you start and then,
Okay, I'm actually going to do 4 because we already answered the first one.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You go first.
Name my go-to.
Oh, wait, I didn't say what we're doing. We're just doing quick fire questions to each other to see if we know the answers to finish us off.
Okay. Go. Name my go-to song.
Oh, I actually have no idea. I know it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah? I don't think I have a specific one.
It's probably Shake It Up.
No, it's actually not that one.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I would say it's probably like Long Live or Haunted, which is so random. But I do love the Speak Now album.
Okay, that's really good.
Or, no, sorry, got it. Don't blame me, Reputation. Next.
Okay. Oh, well, you didn't even know the answer. So anyway, my favorite movie.
It has to be something with Michael B. Jordan.
3.
That's all I can give you.
2. Yeah, it's Creed.
Creed. Okay, but I was like kind of there, right?
Yeah, you were kind of
there. So like we both were on the surface.
Yes.
We just needed that next one.
Correct.
What drives me crazy?
Little holes, moths, any sort of bug in her room. If you don't clean the kitchen before you go to bed because she hates waking up to a dirty kitchen. Losing her peas when she's actually put them in the container and not left them in the packet, and then drives her crazy. When they don't sell iceberg lettuce in the shops and they're out of stock, she hates that because she hates spinach. You want to keep going?
Keep going. Wow, that was really good.
What was your answer?
Literally all of those. I was gonna say when there's something I'm trying to cook and it's not in the house, and I thought it was. That drives me so mad. Yeah. Wow.
That was funny. My dream travel destination.
Miami.
No.
Maldives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. If I was an animal, what would I be?
I picture you being a snail.
A snail?
Yeah, because you're little and you're like slow. Slow, except when you're late and then you're rushing and you're really quick.
Slow. Guys, I'm a snail.
What animal would you say?
Dolphin.
You are? No, I wouldn't have said dolphin. I'm thinking snail or squirrel.
Squirrel. I'm a squirrel.
Yeah, I could see you're a squirrel. What would I be? It's probably close to my Madagascar.
A lion.
Yeah.
Or like a freaking, I don't know, I can't, a sloth.
No. Definitely not.
A snail. You are done.
All right.
Next question.
If I was a singer, who would I be?
You're giving like Beyonce energy.
Yeah, I'll take that. I was thinking Beyonce or Rihanna.
I was going to say Rihanna, but she hasn't had an album in a while and you hustle a lot more than that.
Rihanna, up your game, please.
Okay, last one. If I had 5K to spend in an hour, where would I go?
Fishbowl, sushi train, Yochi. I don't think you would go designer.
No, that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, I don't think you would do that. You'd probably like revamp your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Would you travel?
No.
Or no, 1 hour, just like
1 hour.
straight off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say all the foods you love and like redo your wardrobe.
Yeah, I was going to say like clothes food, but like more so like living appliances.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Probably
I'd
a
get
new
like
couch.
new pans, new couch, like things like that.
Well, the couch probably would cost 5K, so you're just finished at that.
Probably.
Okay, slay.
Yeah.
That was good. Love that.
That was a good one. Wow.
Thank you.
A snail.
Sorry.
Anyways.
I'm never going to live that down. Thank you so much. Please share, vote,
Give us a 5-star.
donate. No, but seriously.
We love you.
We love you so much. And the more that you share us, the more that we can build and grow on this podcast and do amazing things that are in plan, but you just help us make them happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, love you guys so much and see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.